So in blue, we're going to outline the iris of the eye. So the iris is part of the middle tunic here. It is an extension of the choroid coat. And in certain people, the iris will have different colors. For some people, green, blue, brown, it'll vary. So that is the iris. So I'm going to put number 5 here. And the iris, your color, eye color, is determined by how much pigment is produced in your eye. It's almost like your skin. Your skin had those cells that produce the pigments that make your skin either darker or lighter. So the iris is the same way. It has these cells that make pigments that will make your eyes darker or lighter. So your iris is actually made up of muscles. So there are actually 2 sets of smooth muscle. And then this is the one you mentioned earlier, Johnny, when you have a lot of light coming into your eye or not enough light, that's when you see the pupil dilating or constricting. So the smooth muscle to control the amount of light entering the pupil. So if it's darker outside, then what will happen is the iris will actually kind of relax, and that'll open up the pupil so that more light can come in. Or if it's too bright, it'll start dilating and, it'll start constricting the pupil. So the pupil essentially is just a hole in your iris. And as you guys can see in the model here, the hole is like physically a hole where you can put something in. But you can't do that to your pupil.
What if someone did? Ow.
You can't. Why not? Because there's a cornea on top. Okay, we're missing a cornea for this one. Yeah.
2 questions. Can someone's iris look like that on your eye? The thing. The physical model. Can someone's iris look like that?
Like this?
Yeah.
This is how your iris looks.
So yes.
No.
How does your iris look different? Less texture?
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll depend on hyperpigmentation. Some people have like freckles in their irises or like spots in their irises, and so it'll have to do with like hyperpigmentation.
What if someone got a needle and then poked a hole through your pupil?
Well, the pupil is already a hole, so you can't poke a hole through a hole. Right?
I mean through the outer layer. What's that called?
The cornea?
Cornea, yeah. Would you leave?
If the cornea has a hole or like a scratch in it, there is fluid, so that fluid could come out. Yeah. So you could do stitches. There's other like a fluid kind of glue that you could use, I think, that will help close up that opening. But usually you just let it close up on its own. Like if you've ever scratched your cornea before, you know, you just like leave it alone. Don't do anything. Antonio, do you have a question? Okay.
Can you get stitches?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So as he mentioned, actually, if you puncture your cornea, there is fluid in between the cornea and the iris. So fluid could technically come out. So that's why I was like, the eye's like a water balloon. Yeah. Yeah, you guys can go ahead and pack up. Yeah.